Hey guys, what is going on? So for this video, I have another tag response, actually from the same YouTuber that I did a tag from previously, and that's Lita Fairy. So last time I did the music tag, but anyways, she just did a tag. I think it was either yesterday or a few days ago, called the horror movie tag. So I figured why not do it. I'm really into horror movies, so it'll be pretty fun. I'll leave a link to her video in the description, and I'll probably put the questions if I'm not lazy. So yeah. So the first question is, what is the first horror movie you remember watching? The first horror movie I ever saw was Nosferatu, the original one, when I was in I want to say 5th grade. I fucking love that movie to this day. It's just the imagery in it is just really cool, especially for its time. It's just, I don't know, I just became really obsessed with that movie when I first saw it. Just really great old black and white silent film. It's just really awesome. And yeah, I remember seeing that when I was in the 5th grade and thinking it was pretty fucking cool, so yeah. Alright, second question, what is your favorite horror movie? My favorite horror movie is by far It, the original, obviously, because I can't wait to see the remake, and there's a lot of hype going around about that, and I hope that doesn't suck, but getting back on track, yeah, the original it's not so much that it scared me a lot or something, it's just I really like just the overall vibe of the movie, I guess you could say dark humor in it. And, I don't know, I have a lot of, the script to a lot of the scenes memorized. I could recite the entire sewer scene if somebody asked me to. It's just a great fucking movie. And, yeah, I really like it. It's aged pretty badly, I will admit, but I still love it. So, that's my favorite horror movie right now. Actually, another one of my favorites is a movie that I watched a few weeks ago. It was called The Wreck. It was really good. If you haven't seen that movie, you gotta see it. Guys, it's, really good. I'm not crazy about found footage. Well, it's not really found footage, it's just footage films, but it was really fucking good. Anyways, so yeah. Alright, number 3. What is your favorite horror genre? My favorite horror genre has to be psychological horror, just because it really interests me the most. There's a lot more depth to it than other genres of horror, for example, slasher films. There's not really a lot of depth to it other than just gore. I enjoy stuff like that, and it's really badass, but it's not as interesting to me as psychological horror because there's a lot of depth to that. There's a lot of theories you could come up with for movies that can be considered psychological horror. There's just a lot of really interesting stuff in psychological horror movies that I find very intriguing. So, yeah, that has to be my favorite horror genre. Number 4 is, what genre scares you the most? Same answer, and that's also kind of why it's my another reason it's my favorite horror genre, psychological horror. I just, I don't know, when you think, let's say in a psychological horror movie, I'll just be really basic and say The Shining, all the imagery and shit in that movie. There's a lot of stuff in that movie that doesn't make any sense unless you research it. But when you do research it, then it scares it. It's really fucking disturbing. And that's one of the things about psychological horror movies is that a lot of the stuff in them, the imagery that can be used or symbolism, can get really fucked up, and that's one of the reasons I love it so much. So yeah, that probably scares me the most. Paranormal stuff also. For a while, paranormal stuff bugged me, but now I'm pretty much, desensitized to that, so it doesn't really scare me. Number 5 is, who is your ultimate scream queen? I'm not sure what that means. I guess it means, a female actor that you like or something like that, or that you, admire as an actor. I really don't know how to answer that, because I can't think of anything, so I'm not the kind of person who follows, actors or any stuff like that. Alright, so number 6 is, what is your favorite horror franchise? My favorite horror franchise is probably, as far as big franchise, is probably Halloween. I really like specifically the first 2. After that, they kind of turned to shit, but just the franchise in general is interesting to me and I enjoy. I just don't really care for 3, to be honest. Anyways, I don't know, it's just really interesting. I really like just Michael Myers, just a really cool antagonist. So yeah, slasher films like that I find pretty entertaining. Alright, number 7, who's your favorite horror director? I don't know if this, I don't really follow directors, really, but I don't know if this would count as a horror director, but a lot of his movies are just generally kind of off. And he's done some movies that could be considered horror movies, gothic horror films, I guess, but Guillermo del Toro is a great director, I think he's a writer too. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know, I'm not a person to follow directors, so this is probably a shitty answer. But anyways, yeah, freaking Pan's Labyrinth was awesome. I don't know if that would count as a horror movie, but it's you could call it gothic horror, or it could have elements of that, so probably Guillermo del Toro. Alright, number 8 is who's your favorite horror antagonist? Pennywise the Clown from It, obviously. It's just, well, the Tim Curry version, obviously, but I haven't seen the remake yet, so I don't know. Obviously, no one's seen the remake yet. I can't wait to see that. I keep repeating myself about that, but anyways, I don't know. Pennywise the Clown is just a really creepy but funny kind of character. Especially, like, you know, like the sewer scene, or, the scene where, what's his face taking a shower and he pops up in there. Or also the scene, that was so funny where he goes, "Kiss me, fat boy," if you know what scene I'm talking about. That's also really funny. I just find Pennywise the Clown to be, like, kind of just funny, but also creepy at the same time, and that's the reason he's probably my favorite antagonist. And, he just looks really creepy, too. Like, clowns is just one thing that, like, scare a lot of people. And for a while when I was a little kid, I was kind of creeped out by clowns, so it's one of those things where it's like, you love it so much because you're scared of it, I guess. I don't know. Number 9 is who's your favorite horror protagonist? My favorite horror protagonist is probably Laurie from Halloween. Again, I keep repeating the same movies for questions, but that's just because I really like the first Halloween and It, because those are some of my favorite horror movies. But anyways, like, I don't know, I like how everyone else in the movie who she's like friends with and stuff is like messing around and shit, and then they end up getting killed, and she's the one who survives. It's kind of like a really interesting, I guess, maybe metaphor. I don't know, I just find that really entertaining, so, yeah. But I'm not crazy about protagonists. I'm usually more interested in antagonists, like the slashers or the bad guys, you know what I'm saying? Alright, the last question is, what is the last movie that actually scared you? I already mentioned this movie again, but The Wreck, I saw that, like, I think it was like a week ago, so like, almost a week ago. I saw it last Friday. Anyways, it's just, if you haven't seen it, it's fucking awesome. Especially, I'm not gonna give up any spoilers, but the scene at the end, it was really, really weird. Anyways, and the ending, it's just really, just like, leaves you with this weird feeling. But anyways, like, I watched that, like, at nighttime, and then, and I was like, maybe like, I watched it from like 9, and then I think it lasted until like 10:30ish, I can't remember. But I just remember staying up till like 1 in the morning, like watching like YouTube videos and shit, like trying to get it off my mind. It's just a really cool movie. I don't know, it was pretty freaky, but it was awesome. So, The Wreck's probably the last movie that creeped me out a little bit. The thing is, I'm not really one to get super scared of horror movies for some reason. They just don't faze me very much, but they just entertain me a lot. Unless it's something really fucked up, then it'll scare me. But I don't know. But that's the best I can answer for all these questions. But anyways, so that's it for this video. This turned out a lot shorter than I intended. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.